In a moment, we will begin the listening comprehension section of the test. Break the seal and open your test book to the first page. Read the directions for Section 1 in your test book as you listen to the directions on this recording. Do not read ahead or turn the pages until you are told to do so. Section 1, Listening Comprehension. In this section of the test, you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to understand conversations and talks in English. There are 3 parts to this section with special directions for each part. Answer all the questions on the basis of what is stated or implied by the speakers in this test. Do not turn the pages until you are told to do so. Part A. Directions. In Part A, you will hear short conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will hear a question about the conversation. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording, you hear,
"I don't like this painting very much."
Neither do I.
"What does the man mean?" In your test book, you read, A. He does not like the painting either. B. He does not know how to paint. C. He does not have any paintings. D. He does not know what to do. You learn from the conversation that neither the man nor the woman likes the painting. The best answer to the question, "What does the man mean?" is A. He does not like the painting either. Therefore, the correct choice is A. Go on to the next page. Now, we will begin Part A with the first conversation. Number 1.
This is an interesting bowl on your coffee table, especially the design carved on the side. I really like the way that feels on my fingers.
That's a rare Native American artifact a friend gave me. It's really expensive and very fragile, and I just got done cleaning it.
What does the man imply that the woman should do with the bowl? Number 2.
I'm so sorry. I know I promised to pick up your chemistry book for you from Pam, but she never showed up for class.
Oh, that's okay. But can I borrow yours?
What can be inferred from the conversation? Number 3.
Are you by any chance driving to the athletic fields now? Because I have a meeting with my advisor at the Science Center, which...
Oh, that's on the way, isn't it? I can drop you off.
What does the man mean? Number 4.
So, how was your class trip to the art museum? Did they let you take photos?
Yeah, I just couldn't use the flash. But I got some great shots of those sculptures that I'm writing my paper on.
What does the man imply? Number 5.
Is this where I pay for my tuition?
Yes, but I'm afraid we can't accept payment now. Our office is closing for the long weekend, but we'll be happy to help you first thing Monday morning.
What does the woman suggest the man do? Number 6.
So, tomorrow's your big presentation at the conference. Any jitters? Butterflies in your stomach?
Not really. It seems like I've done 100 of these. I actually enjoy them.
What does the woman mean? Number 7.
I've been calling the student theater all day, but I just get this recorded message about showtimes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I found out yesterday morning that all the performances are sold out. I forgot to tell you.
What does the man mean? Number 8.
Did Professor Grant assign Chapter 15 to read for tomorrow or for Friday?
Well, I thought he said tomorrow, but the syllabus says Friday. Oh, wait, there's Marianne. I bet she knows.
What will the speakers probably do next? Number 9.
I can't believe this study area is such a mess. When I left here this morning, it was immaculate.
Don't blame me. I've been in class all day.
What does the man mean? Number 10.
The opening speech at the annual Physics Society meeting should be good. Jessica Henson's giving it.
Oh, she's terrific. I can't say that about last year's opening speech, though. It went on and on.
What does the man mean? Number 11.
Hey, Pamela, how are you doing? I heard you had an operation over spring break.
Yes, Bill, thanks for asking. I was pretty much out of commission for a few weeks there, but finally I'm back on my feet again.
What does the woman mean? Number 12.
I've been doing most of my studying in the library lately. It's the only place I get any peace and quiet, with my roommate always watching TV or talking on the phone.
Why don't you just say something to your roommate?
What does the woman suggest that the man do? Number 13.
A bunch of students from my U.S. history class are planning a weekend trip to Washington, D.C., and we heard that you just got back from there.
Yeah, I had a wonderful time. And I've got some great maps and brochures that you're welcome to.
What does the man mean? Number 14.
You know that basketball game tonight? I've got these 2 tickets, but I need to study for a big physics test tomorrow. Would you be able to use them?
Would I? My friend and I tried so hard to get some, but they were sold out.
What does the woman mean? Number 15.
Our hiking club needs to raise money for its annual trip to the mountains. If we don't get enough money, we might have to cancel this year's trip.
Can you get the Student Government Association to help out? Or is it too late in the year?
What does the woman imply the man should do? Number 16.
I just saw Larry from our chemistry study group, and he said the grades we got on our midterm exam, They've finally been put up.
They have? Where?
What does the woman want to know? Number 17.
Congratulations! I heard about your new job.
Thanks. Yeah, it's nearly perfect for me. It's really interesting, the hours are ideal, and it's an easy walk from home. If only the pay were half as good as everything else.
What does the man mean? Number 18.
That was a delicious dinner you cooked on Friday. And there was so much food. You're probably still eating the leftovers.
I wish. The next day, my roommate invited some friends over after class, and I guess they were hungry.
What does the man mean? Number 19.
I saw my brother this weekend when I was home. We get along with each other okay, but we just don't seem to have a lot in common.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same situation with my brother.
What does the woman mean? Number 20.
Aren't they still making repairs to the theater? I wonder if the drama club meeting will be in the library again.
We should probably check with someone before we go.
What can be inferred about the woman? Go on to the next page. Number 21.
I'm so tired of this rain, and if you ask me, it's not even good for the flowers.
Oh, I don't know. Mine seem to like it.
What does the woman mean? Number 22.
Oh no, I think I left my wallet in the restaurant. I must have left it on the table after I paid the bill.
Well, let's call them right now. I've got the number.
What does the woman imply they should do? Number 23.
Jeff and I are going to the movies. You can join us if you're not too exhausted.
I think I'm gonna skip it. That math test took a lot out of me.
What does the woman mean? Number 24.
Hi, I thought from the sign on your door that your office hours would start at 3 o'clock.
Oh, excuse me. I ran into a former student and got to chatting about her semester in Mexico. I just lost track of time.
What does the man mean? Number 25.
Someone just told me the library's getting 30 new computers, and they're all going to be available for student use. Have you heard about it?
Have I heard about it? Who hasn't?
What does the woman imply? Number 26.
By the way, how was that conference you went to?
To tell you the truth, I'd have been better off staying here and studying.
What does the man imply? Number 27.
Do you think James would mind meeting us at the theater? We really don't have enough time to pick him up.
Not at all. He said he didn't want us to go out of our way.
What can be inferred about James? Number 28.
I'm glad you went to see your doctor. You had that cough for weeks.
Yeah, I finally gave in and went to see her last Monday. The medicine she prescribed, plus those cough drops you gave me, really took care of it.
What can be inferred about the man? Number 29.
Do you happen to have a bus schedule? I forgot mine, and I need to get over to the agricultural campus to do an interview for the paper.
Oh, that's the Green Line. I take that bus all the time, so I know pretty well when it stops here at the library. When do you need to be there?
What does the man imply? Number 30.
The computer store is having a great sale on Saturday morning. The printer I've had my eye on is going to be half price.
It'll probably sell out quickly, so I'd be there when the doors open.
What does the woman suggest the man do? This is the end of Part A. Go on to the next page. Now read along as the directions for Part B are being read. Part B. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Go on to the next page. Now, we will begin Part B with the first conversation. Questions 31 through 34. Listen to a conversation about weekend plans.
Hey, Neil. Now that midterms are over, a bunch of us are getting away for the weekend to go canoeing. Want to come along?
Well, it'd be great to get away, but I've never done it before.
None of the others have either, except for me. I went once last fall. But there'll be an instructor in each canoe the first day.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. This is our last chance to take a break before finals. The scenery's beautiful. And if it gets too hot, we can dive in whenever we feel like it. The river's really calm this time of year. No rapids to deal with.
Well, that's a relief. What would I have to bring?
Let's see. Tom's bringing food for the Friday night cookout for everyone. And the people who run the trip have tents set up, and they supply food and drinks for all day Saturday. On the way back Sunday morning, we'll stop somewhere for breakfast. So you just have to bring a bathing suit and a sleeping bag.
Well, I do love camping and sleeping out. Where is this place?
Well, it's about an hour and a half to the place where we meet the trip leaders. We leave our car there, and they drive us and the canoes upriver to the place where we start canoeing.
And who's driving to the meeting place?
Well, I was hoping we could take your car. Mine's in the shop again.
Oh, I see. It's not me you want. It's my car.
Don't be silly. So what do you say?
Oh, why not?
Great. I'll give you a call after I find out when everyone wants to leave on Friday.
Number 31. What is the main reason the woman calls the man? Number 32. What is one thing the man has to bring? Number 33. What does the man say he enjoys doing? Number 34. Why does the woman need to talk to the man again? Questions 35 through 38. Listen to part of a conversation between two students who have just attended a film history class.
You know, that's the first time I've ever seen a silent movie. It was kind of interesting, but to me the history of cinema really begins with Orson Welles and his movie Citizen Kane.
But a lot of people had made important contributions to movies before Orson Welles. Didn't you hear what the professor said about motion pictures having been around since the early 1820s? Thomas Edison wasn't even born yet, and he was supposed to have made the first real movie.
They may have had pictures that moved in 1820, but no movies that told a story. And to me, it's the story that makes motion pictures worthwhile.
No, but remember the zoetrope? That drum-like thing that rotated? Imagine putting a series of ordinary hand-drawn pictures on it and seeing all those pictures form a moving image when you spun it. That technology alone must have been pretty fascinating.
I guess so.
You know what else I thought was neat besides the zoetrope was what that guy Edward Muybridge did before movie cameras had been invented.
Yeah, something about recording the motion of a horse by placing a lot of still-action cameras along a track while it ran by.
Right, 24 of them. That's a lot of effort just to get about 2 seconds of moving picture. But I guess today's movie makers make a lot of effort too.
Yeah, but at least they've got a lot of modern technology to work with.
They do, but it's interesting that the basic mechanism of modern movie cameras works on the same principle as the movie camera that Thomas Edison invented.
Number 35. What is the conversation mainly about? Number 36. What does the man say about moving pictures in the 1820s? Number 37. What is a zoetrope? Number 38. What does the woman say about modern movie cameras? This is the end of Part B. Go on to the next page. Now, read along as the directions for Part C are being read. Part C. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several short talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and the questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording, you hear, listen to a professor talk to his class about a television program.
I'd like to tell you about an interesting TV program that'll be shown this coming Thursday. It'll be on from 9 to 10 p.m. on Channel 4. It's part of a series called Mysteries of Human Biology. The subject of the program is the human brain, how it functions and how it can malfunction. Topics that will be covered are dreams, memory, and depression. These topics are illustrated with outstanding computer animation that makes the explanations easy to follow. Make an effort to see this show. Since we've been studying the nervous system in class, I know you'll find it very helpful.
Now listen to a sample question. What is the main purpose of the program? In your test book you read A. To demonstrate the latest use of computer graphics. B. To discuss the possibility of an economic depression. C. To explain the workings of the brain. D. To dramatize a famous mystery story. The best answer to the question, what is the main purpose of the program, is C. To explain the workings of the brain. Therefore, the correct choice is C. Now listen to another sample question. Why does the professor recommend watching the program? In your test book you read A. It is required of all science majors. B. It will feature the professor's research. C. It can help viewers improve their memory skills. D. It will help with coursework. The best answer to the question, why does the professor recommend watching the program, is D. It will help with coursework. Therefore, the correct choice is D. Go on to the next page. Now, we will begin Part C with the first talk. Questions 39 through 42. Listen to part of a lecture in a zoology class.
You've heard of flying squirrels, right? They're not like birds. They don't have wings, so they're not technically flying. But they have an extra piece of skin called a flap on each side between their front and back legs. When the skin flaps are spread out, well, the flaps act like a sail and enable these animals to glide from tree to tree. There are also about 50 species of flying fish, all of which live in warm waters. They can leap out of the water and glide through the air above the surface for a while until they have to return to the water to breathe. They probably evolved that ability to get away from predators. When a flying fish is being pursued by a predator, like a dolphin or a tuna, it swims very fast. It has a fork-shaped tail with the lower part longer than the upper part, and it's this design that enables the fish to propel itself upward and out of the water. The fish then glides through the air. Most flying fish can glide just a few millimeters above the water's surface, but some larger species can glide more than a meter over the water. In fact, they've been known to glide onto the deck of a small boat. And some of the larger flying fish can remain airborne for several hundred meters.
Number 39. What is the talk mainly about? Number 40. What feature of flying squirrels enables them to glide? Number 41. According to the professor, why did flying fish probably develop the ability to glide? Number 42. According to the professor, what feature allows flying fish to leap out of the water? Questions 43 through 47. Listen to part of a lecture in a history class.
In the 9th century, Arab scholars translated a huge number of scientific and medical documents that were left behind by the ancient Greeks. This translation project served to rescue a vast body of knowledge that might have been lost otherwise. And this was just one of the many contributions the Arab civilization made to medical science. For one thing, the Arabs created several specialized fields of medicine, such as one devoted exclusively to youngsters, what we know today as pediatrics. The Arab civilization was also among the first to be interested in the idea of public health. This interest led the Arabs to invent the hospital, which in certain ways was a model for modern hospitals in many countries around the world. For example, in these early hospitals, medical students had the opportunity to observe doctors in their daily work. These experienced mentors guided the medical students as they learned the profession. Also, like modern hospitals, these early ones made their services available to everyone. The ancient Arabs further distinguished themselves in the area of pharmacology, the study of medicines and other remedies. The greatest Greek work in this field had included close to 1,000 remedies based on plant, animal, and mineral substances. The Arabs produced a book that included more than 3,000 remedies. Why 3 times as many remedies as the Greeks had? Perhaps because the Arab culture was dispersed throughout a vast geographic area and therefore was exposed to many more species of plants and animals.
Number 43. What does the professor mainly discuss? Number 44. What does the professor emphasize about the translation project? Number 45. What new medical practice does the professor mention as being created by the ancient Arabs? Number 46. What does the professor say about medical students in ancient Arab hospitals? Number 47. What does the professor say is a possible reason the ancient Arabs had more remedies than the ancient Greeks did? Questions 48 through 50. Listen to part of a lecture in a psychology class.
We've learned that when chimpanzees learn a task by watching a human do it, they imitate only those behaviors that'll get the job done, skipping any unnecessary steps. In one study, chimps were shown how to open a box to reach a toy inside. The human instructor deliberately included a pointless additional action to the procedure, brushing a feather along the side of the box before opening the latch. The animals copied all the essential steps, but ignored the meaningless feather swipe. When researchers repeated this study with human youngsters, the children copied everything the adult instructor did, including the feather swipe. This excessive copying is called over-imitation. However, since the children in the study were from an industrialized society, the researchers wondered if they over-imitated because of the parenting style used by their mothers and fathers. In industrialized societies, it's common for parents to act as experts, teaching through step-by-step modeling. So, the study was repeated in a non-industrialized society, where the dominant parenting style encouraged learning through trial and error rather than imitation. The researchers expected that the children, who were accustomed to learning in this way, wouldn't over-imitate their adult instructor. But that's not what happened. All the children in both studies over-imitated. These experiments don't explain why children over-imitate, but perhaps it's fundamentally human, a way of learning how things are done, maybe even a way to transmit aspects of culture, like rituals, to the next generation.
Number 48. In the study, the professor discusses, what did the chimpanzees do with the feather? Number 49. What did the researchers believe would influence the children in the experiments? Number 50. What did the researchers discover as a result of their studies? This is the end of Section 1, Listening Comprehension. Stop work on Section 1. This is a reminder. At the end of the test, the supervisor will collect all of the test books. You may not leave until all of the test books have been collected. End of recording.